Hi guys, it's Tracy from GrizzlieKnits. I want to do a 2020 recap of everything I knit in 2020 for myself. If I did a recap of everything I made, it would be insane because I have an Etsy shop and I knit for that. So I decided to just concentrate on what I've made for myself. So no gifts and nothing that I've sold to on my shop, just things for me. And I thought there was a lot more than there is, but that's okay. So we have 4 socks, actually 2 pairs of socks, but I'm counting them as 4. We have 1 cowl, we have 3 wraps, and 5 sweaters. So I'm going to go through everything, and I am going to link all the designers and all the yarns I used in the box below in case you're interested. Okay, so we will start with socks. I have these socks, which I've worn so many times already, and I absolutely love. I don't know the yarn. This pink is Knit Picks Glossy, I think it's called. And the designer is Summerly Knits in her School of Sock, I'm So Basic. And I love that pattern so much. I did it again, right here, and you've seen these. And this is, the yarn is to the max in Bloodbath. So we have 2 pairs of socks. Can we do more for 2021? I hope so. We have 1 cowl that I made, and I wear this a lot on our walks. I hide my face in it, and it is so warm and cozy. I just love it. It is the Dyerwood Cowl by NB Knitting. And the yarn I used was from Pearl Soho in a very fancy schmancy yarn that I can't remember the name of, but it is so soft. I think it has cashmere in it. It is so gorgeous. Anyway, so that's the 1 cowl I made. I thought I made so many more, but here you go. I went through on my Instagram to see when I made things. So some things I made in 2018 and 2019, and I thought I just made them. Time is just flying. So we will move on to my wraps. So I have 3 wraps. This was my test knit shawl, the Mod Shawl by Fiber and Fern, and the yarn is Autumn and Indigo. And this pattern is out. So if you'd like to take on a challenge, a fun challenge for 2021. Oh, that sounds really strange saying that. 2021. I highly recommend this pattern. It's a lot of fun. My second shawl was the Spindrift Shawl by Curious Handmade, Helen Stewart. And the yarn is Botanical Fibers. This one is a great shawl. It's very thin and kind of long. I love the shape of it. It's really long and narrow, but it really, if I'm in the house and I'm just a little chilly, I put this on and it's like not too cumbersome. It's really nice. So that was shawl 2. And then shawl 3 was much thicker, done in worsted weight yarn. I think it was done in Uptown yarn. And it is the Hipster Shawl by Hoki Locatelli. And I've also worn this quite a few times as kind of like a scarf when we go for our walks. So I'm really happy with my 3 shawls. I just thought I made like 50 shawls, but apparently I made 3. Anyway, so they're all good. I'll move on to sweaters in a second. I was so shocked. I have 0 hats. And all I seem to do is make hats, but they're all for gifts or most of them are for my Etsy shop. So I did not make myself 1 single hat in 2020. So that's just wrong. So I have to really think about some hats that I want to make myself. because I love hats and I wear hats every single time we go out for a walk. So that is something that I'm going to have to remedy right away. Okay, now we have 5 sweaters. So let me just make sure. Our first one is my Soldotna Crop. I think I'm still saying it wrong. By Caitlin Hunter. And I wear this a lot. I really love this one too. It's really soft. I did it out of DK Knit Picks City Tweed DK. And it's really not too thick. So it's great for the house. I get quite cold, so I usually wear long sleeves under it, but it is perfect. I love that one. I'm also wearing this one a lot around the house too. Same idea with a long sleeve top underneath. It's really comfortable. This one is the Nuke sweater by Joanna Hetela, and I did it out of Drops Air. And Drops Air is just so soft and really light. So again, a perfect little sweater. And it didn't take me well, it took me a long time. It won't take you a long time if you wanted to make this for yourself. So that is number 2. Number 3 is my Love Note sweater. I have to admit, I don't wear this one as much, and I think it's just because it's so delicate that I really just don't want to wear it around the house with the dogs and cooking and things like that. I made it out of Peter Pan DK, and it is so soft, and it's a really beautiful sweater. I'm kind of thinking that I'd like to make another one in a different type of yarn. But before, like I think in January and February, I was wearing it when I went out, and it was really nice. So I will wear it again, but it's not something I gravitate toward. And it's also thin, so like when it's really cold here. I don't think I mentioned, well, most of you probably know, but I am in Toronto, Canada, and it is very, very, very cold right now. So things like this will have to wait. All right, sweater number 4 is the Shore Cardigan by, I think it's Carrie Hogue. And this yarn I won from my lovely friend Amy from Noble Character Crafts. And I really loved how it knit up. One thing I don't love, and that this is completely me, not the pattern, but I think I did something wrong with the sleeves. So when I wear it, I don't know if you can see, the sleeves just are too big. Like this part, the rib should be like a better fit, not so big. And I can't not fold it up because it just looks strange. And again, I don't know what it is. To be honest, I don't think I will rip it out. I could just see me creating such a mess and a disaster if I do that. But I do wear it. But it's a bit of a learning experience for me for the bottom of my sleeves. But Amy's not doing yarn right now, but oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. And I'm so grateful that I won that yarn. And I love knitting with it. It was so heavenly. Okay, and number 5 is my final sweater. So it's the J sweater by Rachel Brock, done in DK City Tweed in the color Romance. And I put on Instagram, can I finish this? And you guys were so sweet. I got private messages, yes, you can do it. And it was just really nice. So I did it, and I wore it Christmas Day. So I'll just stand up to show you. So I cropped it a little bit more, and I actually did 3/4 sleeves, which I'm really enjoying because it's a bit of a thicker sweater. There's a lot of material, a lot of fabric, and I think if I'd have done it full sleeves, it would have been quite hot. So I'm happy to wear it in the house. I feel very comfortable with it on, and yeah, I'm just very happy with it. And I'm happy it's off my needles because it seemed like it was taking a really long time. Anyway, so that's it. I thought this would take hours, but it really didn't. So I still have a lot on my needles. So I know a lot of people do a Christmas Eve cast on and a New Year's Eve cast on, and I seriously considered doing that. And then I said, no, come on, you gotta do a Christmas Eve cast off. So this was my Christmas Eve cast off, and I feel really good about that because it would have been sitting and I would have been all like excited about something new. And I'm going to try to do a little less of that coming up. I have 3 blankets in progress, which is too many. So I am going to concentrate on one thing a little bit more at a time before getting really excited and casting something else on. I mean, I do like having a blanket on the go, socks on the go, sweater on the go, like, because you're at different, stages of different projects, or maybe you have some time to do some kind of detail work, and then maybe you don't have time and you just want to watch TV and just, relax and do things without really much thought. But I think I did too much casting on this year. I don't need 3 blankets. And the same with the socks. So I think coming up, some of my goals for 2021, besides my Etsy shop, which I'm revamping, and I just took a course, and I'm going to tell you about that in the new year. But I'm going to be rebranding and revamping and doing some things very differently, which I'm very excited about, all to do with knitting, but very excited about. This is for personal knitting. I think I am going to have less on the go. At first I thought, well, then you guys won't really be that interested, but I think it'll be okay, because the less I have, the newer things I get to show you. So you're not seeing the red sweater for 4 months in a row. So yeah, that's a goal. So casting on less and working through the projects. I think it'll be good for me too, because I've noticed, and I don't know if you've noticed in your own projects, that if I don't work on something for a couple of weeks, I forget the details, and I have to go back and I have to think, and it's like, because I'm out of the rhythm of whatever the project was. So I think by having fewer projects, I'll be able to concentrate more on those projects and not forget things. So that might be nice. Not making as many mistakes, because then I have to go back and that's just time wasted. So yeah, so 2021, fewer projects, new things to do with Etsy, and still having a lot of fun. And there's another thing, using up my stash. So I do have some yarn buying news. I'm gonna wait till January for that. But I am going to not buy as much yarn for personal use. I still have to buy, obviously, yarn for Etsy, but for personal use, which is most of what you see here. Here is more to do with Etsy. Here is more to do with me. I will not be buying as much and trying to go into my stash to use the yarn I already have. I think every knitter has said that as a New Year's goal. So we'll see. We'll see how. I think I was pretty good last year up until a certain point, and then it was like, I deserve happiness. So, and that's when I started buying more yarn. And I love all the yarn I bought, but now I have to use it. A few of you agreed with me about needing to use your yarn and not just be a yarn collector. 2 completely different careers. So that's it. So I hope that you have a really good end of your year, and it does look a little bit different than years gone by, but you can still make wonderful memories and have hope that things will be changing and getting better as the months progress. So take care, and thanks again. If you like my videos, please be sure to subscribe. I wouldn't want you to miss my January videos of things I'm working on, hopefully some finished projects, and just some knitting chatter. A lot of you have said that it's been really nice and they look forward to it, and that means a lot to me. I love your comments so much. I try to respond to every comment, and it really means a lot to me. So thank you, and I hope your holidays were good, and Happy New Year. Take care.